Have you ever been completely unable to sleep at 2 in the morning because your brain decided it was the perfect time to replay an embarrassing moment from middle school? Or maybe you've spent half an hour drafting a simple 3-word text, deleting and rewriting it because you're worried about how a single punctuation mark might be interpreted. Why do our minds do this to us? Why do we turn small, everyday things into absolute crises? If you know this feeling all too well, you're not the only one. Before we get into why our brains are wired this way, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos. It really helps the channel grow and means a lot to us. So why can't we just stop? When you're caught in one of these loops, it genuinely feels like you're doing something productive. We tell ourselves that if we just analyze the situation from every possible angle, we'll find a solution or protect ourselves from getting hurt. But there's a massive difference between actually solving a problem and just overthinking it. Real thinking leads to some kind of action or decision. Overthinking is just spinning your wheels in the dirt. It's analysis paralysis. And it goes back to how we're built. Our brains didn't evolve to keep us happy and relaxed. They evolved to keep us alive. Thousands of years ago, survival meant being hyper-aware of danger. If an early human heard a rustle in some bushes, they couldn't just assume it was the wind. They had to assume it was a predator. The ones who survived were the ones who constantly anticipated the worst-case scenario. The problem is, we still have that exact same survival software running in our heads today. But we don't have saber-toothed tigers anymore. Instead, our brain takes that ancient survival instinct and applies it to our social lives, our jobs, and our relationships. A delayed reply to a message or a quiet room suddenly gets treated like a life-or-death situation. We start running endless what-if scenarios, trying desperately to eliminate uncertainty. We hate not knowing what's going to happen. Overthinking is just a subconscious attempt to gain control over things we can't actually control. But you can't worry your way into a certain future. The good news is you can retrain your brain to respond differently. It's not about stopping thinking entirely, that's impossible, but about changing your relationship with your thoughts. One powerful strategy is to acknowledge the thought but not engage with it. Think of your thoughts like clouds passing in the sky. You see them, you know they're there, but you don't have to grab onto each one and examine it in detail. Simply observe, oh, there's that thought again about X. This creates a tiny bit of space. From that space, you can then ask yourself, is this thought helpful right now? Is there any immediate action I can take, or am I just ruminating? If the answer is no, gently redirect your focus to something else, even if it's just noticing the sounds around you or how your feet feel on the floor. Another technique is to limit your worry time. This sounds counterintuitive, but it can be incredibly effective. Designate 10 to 15 minutes each day as your worry period. During this time, allow yourself to overthink anything and everything. Write it all down. Once the time is up, make a conscious decision to put those worries aside until your next designated worry time. If an anxious thought pops up outside of this window, acknowledge it and tell yourself, I'll address that during my worry time tomorrow. This teaches your brain that you will deal with these concerns, but on your terms, not randomly throughout the day. It takes time to change how your mind reacts, so don't expect it to happen overnight. Just take it one step at a time, practicing these techniques daily. You're not broken. Your brain is just trying to protect you, even in an outdated way. By understanding this and applying these strategies, you can start to reclaim your peace of mind. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.